Tank Nerds, Lottie here again. We are gonna do like a Friday recap just because I've realized we go through so much work and we actually don't have time to sort of cover it all. So I can pretty much cover a week's worth of work just by sort of walking around and showing you the sort of highlights. So we'll start with, I suppose, the least important stuff, and yeah, we'll sort of build up. Alright, let's get into it. Okay, first things first. The helicopter blades are virtually done. So they've got the little yellow tips on them now. They've got about 3 coats of green paint on them. All primed, all sealed and everything, so they're good to go. We just need the correct time to install them, and we got to do a little bit of rewiring on site. Beyond that, they're basically done, so happy about that. Moving on to some side projects that I have been doing. In the previous video, or maybe the video before it, you would have seen all the carriages that were over here. You can see the husk of one of them. This one here, which definitely not going to do anything with that because it's way beyond dead. But the others didn't look so much better. They were complete-ish. That's them now. Yeah, and so I had to restore them. Now, here we have 2 finished products, finished slightly differently. The bottom one has been finished off with a sort of browny wood dye kind of thing, and the top one just has a sort of like a decking oil clear coat with a slight sort of greeny tinge to it, and the wheels have been finished with a metal preservative specifically for this style of like rustic sort of preservation. So they have been pressure washed and sandblasted just to get all that sort of surface off, and then sort of sealed in with this can't even remember the name of it right off the top of my head, but it basically seals all that sort of goodness in, so it will look rustic without actually degrading at all. So I'm quite happy with them. Now, the reason we're doing these, 1, we're asked to, 2, it's money, can't argue with that, but 3, most importantly, there's a lot to do. We were initially told 7. That's not 7, that's 2. So there's at minimum another 5 to come in, but now we've also been told that we should probably do the rest where acceptable. I don't think that one is acceptable. It's missing most of the wheel setup. So yeah, the reason we're going to pump that out before all of that stuff is pretty simple. We need space, and these are taking up space, and there's a shipping container outside that is taking up space. So we're going to finish all these as quickly as we can, get them to their new homes so we can put stuff in the shipping container and we can use all this space that we really need. So yeah, quick recap on what I did with these. Pressure wash, so get all of the old, sort of timber, loose timber that was inside of them. Pressure wash, sandblast the wheels. Just again, you'll see the discoloration between like that and that. That's like there's heavy rust there, so that all got sort of blown away, and now it's all sort of sealed in, which is really good. And then fixing any glaring issues. So you'll see that big crack there, which I've had to put a band-aid on, and on the end here, just because that was basically hanging off on one side. It's not important for the structural integrity, but it does sort of give it a more rustic appearance. These are apparently going to be turned into tables. We're not doing the tabling, we just had to make sure that they're all level. That one was missing, which is why this long plank of wood is here. We found it outside. It matches the timber pretty well, so that's original. That's what I cut. And sort of just roughed up the end of it just with the hammer and saw, just give it a little bit of character. It was too clean. So yeah, repaired all that, it's going to go to its new home and they're going to enjoy a rustic table. Anyway, enough of that. Let's move on. We have the bring gun carrier. Not much has been done on the actual body except for the back, which we'll have a look at in a second. But as we're walking past, you'll see Peter hard at work on the axles. So basically the reason we've got two of them is because he's turning two into one. He took the back plates off these hubs to put onto that one because that one had all the seals and the flanges intact. This one was missing the flanges. This one isn't a bad axle, it's just missing some bits, and that one was the easiest one to work on. You'll see the suspension stations all here. So these are the middle ones, which we need to pull out of that one. Those are the rear ones. That's the middle one. And these are the front idlers. So they basically just bolt onto the hole right there, and they just get a little wheel on them. So they're not fancy. They've been pressure washed, sandblasted, and now primed. We've got some panels for the engine cowling, which again, pressure washed, sandblasted, and primed. All good to go. So that's been a good chunk of time getting all this stuff done. The wheels, pressure washed, sandblasted, and primed, etc., etc. But this has the good rubber. These are the bad rubber ones. We're not going to use these ones. We might have to get them re-rubbered, but we're also just weighing up whether or not it's cheaper to just buy good rubbered wheels. We are doing the math on that, and we'll get back to you when we get back to the owner. Here's the backing plates. So this is where you adjust the brakes. So quick recap, that drum there, that hub, bolts onto the side there, and there's brakes on the inside, which I believe are over there where Peter is. And this is what they bolt to on the back. So again, all cleaned up and ready to go. On the back of the Bren gun we've got here, Peter has cut away all of this. Sorry, coughing. Has cut away all of this. It was all rusted, terrible, no good. Just got to finish grinding off some bits and pieces, and then we can replace it with a nice new piece. And of course we still need to get rid of all these other suspension stations. Lastly, we're gonna go have a look over there. Okay, this is a spotlight generator. I'm going to stop talking briefly, and I'm actually gonna let past Lottie because this morning I actually did a quick little filming of this before I cleaned it, just pressure washing. And then we'll come back. So I'll let you watch her, and then we'll come back and I'll talk about what it looks like now. Okay, we have our latest restoration. These are, well, this I should say is a generator trailer for a searchlight. I think it even tells you on the little data thing, searchlight power plant manufactured by Duplex Truck Company for Surrey Gyroscope Co. Incorporated, and all that sort of stuff. Now we were fortunate enough, we've got more of these, but I am going to try and keep that one, just not leave it on there, but I will take it off and replace it, but I'll try and keep this anyway. On the inside, the story doesn't get much better. It is complete, but it is unfortunate state. So what I am going to do is I'm going to pressure wash this, but I wanted to film it before we got stuck into it, just so you can see what it's like in its current state. So I am going to have to do inside and out. I'm going to have to find, alright. Looks like we've got some sort of stays there. So yeah, I'm going to open it all up, pressure wash it, not the radiator, obviously, because that radiator is in very good condition, or at least the fins are. There's something's hit there, which is probably being up against there. But all in all, actually not a bad little thing. It's exceedingly tall for a generator. I don't know if you can see. I mean, I'm in my special super duper outfit. Yeah, you can see like that's pretty much square on, and it's almost at the size of my head, height of my head. So yeah, it is quite tall. It's taller than my car. Let's have a quick look on the other side too while we have a chance. There we go. So this is all the electrical side. The generator itself is in there. And again, I'm not going to hit it too hard. I just want to get rid of some of the excess sort of stuff. And we've got this. I might actually have a look at this. If this is some sort of card, I might have to take it off before I pressure wash it, because that might cause irreparable damage. Can I? It feels like some sort of... It's got cracks in it too. Okay, that might be the first drop. I'm gonna have to take this off. I don't want to damage it because it needs a good clean, but a pressure washer will not be the correct appliance for that. Alright, I'm gonna take this off and start pressure washing. Okay, and we're back to present day Lottie. So, full outside... Oh god. Sorry, I burped at the same time I said that. Anyway, I gave it a full pressure wash. Some markings have begun to appear. Looks like we got a 1, 2, 0, maybe another 1 there. It's hard to completely tell, but I'm recording it all anyway because markings make a vehicle. Speaking of markings, we have more here. We've got a 1, a 2, a 0, could be an M, could be just a 1, and then maybe another 1, 4, 9, don't know. I will probably find out more once I hit it with the sandblaster. Just a light sanding over here might reveal a little bit more, but until then, we're not entirely sure. We're also deciding on the best course of action to take. We had a call with the owner. He does not want it running, which is perfectly acceptable. It's just going to be a static display but towable. So we are going to have to do the wheel bearings on all the wheels. It's fair enough. But the inside just has to look okay. So I'll have a quick little show of what that looks like at the moment. I can open these. There we go. Oh, this is one thing that I've really got to fix, and it's been bugging me. So all of them are just like normally screwed on. Someone's taken the liberty to replace it with wing nuts, which means that I can't lean this door, only this door, all the way over. So I've actually got to hold it as I talk. These stays don't work because it's supposed to go into that hole, but because it doesn't go up enough, it won't fit. Anyway, I'm probably going to clean this panel up just a little bit because it's a bit more showy. And yes, I did pressure wash it, which is good. But yeah, this is a sort of panel because it's got its own stays. This one's probably going to be the one that everyone sees. So I think I might clean this one up just a little bit more than the other bits and pieces. I cannot pull, there's an opening handle there to unlock that one. I can't do it with my hand holding this up, so I'm not going to bother. I still need to take that off, so I'll take them off probably after I finish filming. This one, see if I can, hopefully I'm going the right way. There we go. See, these ones I can go all the way over and just rest. I took the panel off that. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to resurrect it. Hopefully the sun's not blasting too hard into the camera. Anyway, the inside here was filled with bugs and stuff. It's still looking kind of ratty, but again, the work to get this very, very, very clean, not entirely sure. We will consult with the owner more about what they want to do, if they even want this part of the trailer accessible for display purposes. Again, not really our thing. One thing that I did get working is, where are we? This handle here. Kind of working. it's a bit janky. Use my knee to prop it up and open. Here we have the engine, which already had water in it, so we're gonna have to pull it apart if we ever want to get it running. But boy oh boy was this filthy. So much so that I actually couldn't open this side the last time I tried to. So I had to open that side and pressure wash this side to get all of this stuff clean. But it is infinitely better than what it was. So not too unhappy with the results. Okay, I think that's going to do it. Quick Friday recap of everything that we've been up to. I'm sure there's some little stuff, but that's what a recap is. Quick summary. So yeah, if you have any questions about what we've been doing and everything, feel free to add them in the comments down below. Comments are good. There was one more thing. I hopefully will be live streaming. I know, brand new topic. There's a tank game coming out called Steel Aces, and the closed beta is sometime this weekend. I don't know the exact timing because I'm in Australia, but I have been given permission to live stream, so I will be live streaming it, hopefully without any technical difficulties. So I'm going to be live streaming it here on YouTube. I have no idea how it's going to be. I've never done live streaming before, but I've been given loads of support to try and help me sort it all out. So if you want to come along, I will probably repost something. It's going to be like Monday morning, I believe, Australian time, which makes it Sunday night, US, European time. I don't know. Everyone else is weird. I live in Australian time, and that's the only thing that matters. So, yeah, I will probably post the hours once I know a little bit more and go from there. But yeah, so if that's something that might interest you, it is pure video game content, but it is tank related, and I can impart some of my tank related knowledge. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later. Bye.